You guys are actually usually with me as I'm thinking things through. Sometimes you hear me go back and forth with what I say I'm going to do, and then I do something different, or I'll say I'm going to have something cooked for this amount of time and it cooks longer. This is just real cooking. This is just real home cooking. I'm not a chef. I am just doing my thing here at home and sharing it with you. So I'm going to add my tomatoes and my broth to the kale now. And I actually just sampled the kale, and I'm glad that I made that decision to not have it cook any longer by itself as I normally would, because it actually, sorry, camera wasn't centered there. It actually has a nice bite. The stem, you know, they're not soft like I normally would have them be. But I actually like that. I like that when I bit into the stem, it had a nice crunch to it, so that I can have different textures in my dish, because like I said, the mixed vegetables are pretty soft from, you know, being frozen. So I'm going to turn my flame up here and bring this up to a nice boil. I want to get it really going vigorously there, and then I'll cover it and I'll just have it sit and simmer for about 5 minutes just to kind of combine the different flavors. So there's my tomatoes. Let me check how much broth I actually have here in the pot. Okay, that's good. Because what I want to have is when I top this on the noodles, I want to have somewhat of a brothy mixture on top of the noodles. I don't want it to be a dry dish. So I'm going to let this cook down for about 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm going to bring this to a nice vigorous boil there and cover it for 5 minutes. I want my tomatoes to remain, you know, intact. I want them to keep their shape. So I'm going to let this simmer for 5 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Let's have a look at the spinach and tomatoes. Okay, that's awesome. That's that nice vigorous boil that I wanted to see. And it's actually been cooking for now about 8 minutes or so, longer than the 5 that I wanted. My tomatoes are starting to break apart a little bit, so I want to slow this down, and I'm going to add the mixed vegetables. So let me turn the heat down, add the vegetables, and I'll be back. Just gave it a nice stir. I wanted you to see what it looks like with the tomatoes combined in with the kale. And this is what I wanted. I wanted a nice loose broth, you can see there, to create like a little bit of a broth when I add my pasta. Nothing, you know, heavy like a soup, but I just wanted a little